my year, yeah. I really feel it's my time, think it's my year, yeah. I really feel it's my time, think it's my pen ready. Used to hold myself back, my self-esteem damn patty. Gotta keep on chugging, ran through everything in front of me. Might smoke bed heavy, got a whole agenda. Can't aspire to get ahead, so bump that, it's no surrender. Got a dollar flipped up, I'm trying to get it in FT to get them when they're in hand and crypto. Learn how to fix that. I don't really hold out of books, but I'ma learn how to fix that. Some opportunities that never come unless you paying attention, so no, I can't miss that. Moving, MVP, I got the record, I might have to pro something. Big jumper worthy, they gon' have to retire my jersey early. Whole crew coming, had to work something, cause I had nothing in my pocket, yeah, I did all that. Big plans, partners trying to make profits, yeah, I did all that. Work, sweat, and tears breaking, even no wins, yeah, I did all that. Had to make it happen, putting hours in my practice, I did all that, yeah. I can't take no loss, yeah, I don't even know what it costs, I hit the ground, then it go off, yeah. Hit the ground, then it go off, yeah. I can't take no loss, yeah, I don't even know what it costs, yeah. I hit the ground, then it go off, yeah. Hit the ground, then it go off, yeah. Run it, ooh, I really feel it's my time, think it's my year, yeah. I really feel it's my time, think it's my year, yeah. I really feel it's my time, think it's my year, yeah. I really feel it's my time, think it's my big dog, walking big talk, young veteran, living legend, bet I'm better than them. This is my ship, I'ma jack it like Letterman, y'all better not let them in, they gon' rotate it, so I keep the pedaling, started a chain, the cycle is heaven sent, this is from God, but I'm not your reverend, not in the pulpit, I'm a pit bull in this element, yeah. Said you gon' pull up, then settle it, yeah. I've been married to this hustle, this is my ring, watch out, step in it, yeah. And I ain't even got a yard, but I'ma get it here, watch out, touchdown, pulling plans out the clutch, everybody getting crushed, the cut down is for us now, have to work something, cause I had nothing in my pocket, yeah, I did all that. Big plans, partners trying to make profits, yeah, I did all that. Work, sweat, and tears breaking, even no wins, yeah, I did all that. Had to make it happen, putting hours in my practice, I did all that, yeah. I can't take no loss, yeah, I don't even know what it costs, I hit the ground, then it go off, yeah. Hit the ground, then it go off, yeah. I can't take no loss, yeah, I don't even know what it costs, yeah. I hit the ground, then it go off, yeah. Hit the ground, then it go off, yeah. Run it, ooh, I really feel it's my time, think it's my year, yeah. I really feel it's my time, think it's my year, yeah. I really feel it's my time, think it's my year, yeah. I really feel it's my time, think it's my, yeah. Run it, I can't take no loss, I don't even know what it costs, I hit the ground, then it go off, yeah. Hit the ground, then it go off, yeah. I can't take no loss, I don't even know what it costs, yeah. I hit the ground, then it go off, yeah. Hit the ground, then it go off, yeah. Run it, ooh, I really feel it's my time, think it's my year, yeah. I really feel it's my time, think it's my year, yeah. I really feel it's my time, think it's my year, yeah. I really feel it's my time, think it's my pen ready. Used to hold myself back, my self-esteem damn patty. Gotta keep on chugging, ran through everything in front of me. Might smoke bed heavy, got a whole agenda. Can't aspire to get ahead, so bump that, it's no surrender. Got a dollar flipped up, I'm trying to get it in FT to get them when they're in hand and crypto. Learn how to fix that. I don't really hold out of books, but I'ma learn how to fix that. Some opportunities that never come unless you paying attention, so no, I can't miss that. Moving, MVP, I got the record, I might have to pro something. Big jumper worthy, they gon' have to retire my jersey early. Whole crew coming, had to work something, cause I had nothing in my pocket, yeah, I did all that. Big plans, partners trying to make profits, yeah, I did all that. Work, sweat, and tears breaking, even no wins, yeah, I did all that. Had to make it happen, putting hours in my practice, I did all that, yeah. I can't take no loss, yeah, I don't even know what it costs, I hit the ground, then it go off, yeah. Hit the ground, then it go off, yeah. I can't take no loss, yeah, I don't even know what it costs, yeah. I hit the ground, then it go off, yeah. Hit the ground, then it go off, yeah. Run it, ooh, I really feel it's my time, think it's my year, yeah. I really feel it's my time, think it's my year, yeah. I really feel it's my time, think it's my year, yeah. I really feel it's my time, think it's my big dog, walking big talk, young veteran, living legend, bet I'm better than them. This is my ship, I'ma jack it like Letterman, y'all better not let them in, they gon' rotate it, so I keep the pedaling, started a chain, the cycle is heaven sent, this is from God, but I'm not your reverend, not in the pulpit, I'm a pit bull in this element, yeah. Said you gon' pull up, then settle it, yeah. I've been married to this hustle, this is my ring, watch out, step in it, yeah. And I ain't even got a yard, but I'ma get it here, watch out, touchdown, pulling plans out the clutch, everybody getting crushed, the cut down is for us now. Have to work something, cause I had nothing in my pocket, yeah, I did all that. Big plans, partners trying to make profits, yeah, I did all that. Work, sweat, and tears breaking.
Welcome back to the Angry Man Podcast with Jason and Greg. This is an early Sunday morning edition, if you will. Essentially a rant by yours truly. You should have known it was going to be me as soon as you saw the title. So I want to start off by prefacing my comments, right? Number one, and let me start off by saying this first. Salute to everybody in the chat. Skills from New Orleans. Salute. Salute Adonis. Solomon Walker. Salute. King 47. Salute. And that's funny, King of 47. Let me preface my comments by saying this. I believe that everybody that actually follows this channel, they are aware that we have been longtime supporters of Jermell Charlo. So much so that we said that he should be ranked in the top 5 pound for pound fighters in the sport today. I think anyone that follows this channel knows that we've supported Jermell Charlo. That's number one. Number two, the comments that I'm going to make here this morning do not reflect the thoughts, the sentiment of Jason. I don't know what Jason thinks right now in terms of what I'm going to say. I have a feeling that I know what he's going to think, but Jason will have the opportunity to tell you what he thinks later on today, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's when we go live every Sunday. So check us out. But I woke up this morning to some comments in the comment section of a video we did last night in regards to Jermell Charlo and his performance. And I described it as pathetic. And there's a reason why I described it as such. Now, I woke up to people saying it's easy for you to say sitting there behind your mic. I would love to see commentators get into the ring since they like to talk so much. Mel deserves that payday last night because he put in work at 154. Let me address that stuff, man. Because those are the types of things. You guys know me. If you follow the channel, you know me. There's certain things that push my button. Specifically things that don't make any damn sense. Number one, I chose to do what I chose to do. I chose to be a finance professional, and I love commentating or giving my thoughts and analysis relative to sports, but most importantly, relative to boxing. Is it always correct? No. Never said it was. But definitely that's what I chose to do. Jermell Charlo chose to be a fighter. So why do you want to see me in the ring? I didn't choose to be a fighter. Jermell Charlo chose to be the fighter. So as being such, if he's going to be a fighter, he's going to do what he does. And in any professional sport, professional discipline, whatever it is that you do, you are likely to be criticized for your performance. Tell me one person that can go in tomorrow and escape criticism from their boss or their peers if they're performing poorly. It doesn't exist. I don't give a damn if that's what he's doing or he's putting his life on the line. I get it, but that's what he chose. That's the career that he chose. And he wants to get paid by being a boxer. I am a consumer. He is the boxer. I am a consumer. He is the boxer. He is providing a product. I didn't like the product because based off what he told me he was coming into this fight to win. To win. What did he say after the final weigh-in? They gonna say Charlo a bad mother. That's what he said, right? Now, who after this fight saying Charlo's a bad mother? It's not dictated or predicated by you winning the fight. You don't have to win for us to say that your boy Charlo, boy, that's a bad mofo right there. He didn't show up to win. Let me ask you something. If you're paying your hard-earned money to see Jermell Charlo go in there and attempt to win and become undisputed at 168, and he's clearly not there to win. He's clearly there to survive based off of his performance and the statements that he made after the fight, essentially saying, listen, he knocked all those other guys out. I'm a 154 pounder. I was daring to be great. How did you dare to be great? Daring to be great is taking a risk and trying to win. That's not the product that I was sold. That's not the product that was marketed to me. Therefore, I have an issue with his performance. It's as simple as that. I heard somebody in the comment section say he's put in this work. at 154. He deserves the payday from last night. Tell me, guys, in the comment section, tell me one job where you can go in. Tell me tomorrow, can you go into your job and tell your boss that, you know what? I'm not going to perform, but guess what? I deserve the money from everything that I've done in the past. I don't have to perform today. It's all about what I did yesterday. Tell me what job can you do that? None. There is no job where you can do that. There is no job where you can go. I can't go in tomorrow and tell my boss, hey, boss, you know what? This salary that you paying me, I deserve. I don't have to put in the work. I don't have to put in the requisite work that you feel that I need to put in. Why? I don't have to perform to the level. I performed at a very high level last year. I performed at a very high level the year before last. Tell me what place can you do that where your boss, that's going to be acceptable. Hey, man. Hey, Greg. Yeah, that's cool, man. Just go home, man, and chill out on the beach, man. That's you're good. Or you know what? If you come in today, hey, man, just sit at your desk. You ain't got to perform. Oh, I needed that due by 10 a.m. tomorrow, but you're not going to get it to me until, I don't know, 5 days from now. Oh, that's cool because of all the great work you've done in the past. What the hell? That makes absolutely no sense at all. We paid for Jermell Charlo. I'm pretty sure everybody in there, if you $84.99 that you paid yesterday, you paid that money to watch Jermell Charlo attempt to make history. He did not attempt to make history last night. He attempted to survive. That's what he did. That's what he did. And that's all he did last night. No, we were not overly critical of Jermell Charlo last night in our video. I think that was the appropriate level of criticism based off what he did last night. Period. End of story. Now, we are not perfect. My assessment may be flawed. But if you follow this channel, you know that we have supported Jermell Charlo. So it pisses me off when people come in the comment section talking about it's easy for us to say because we're sitting behind the mic. Then, okay, you can say that about all fans then. All fans, every fan. Oh, you shouldn't. Forget you, AJ, King of 47, Skills from New Orleans, Indian God, the Keggy. Forget your feelings. Just come pay the $84.99. Regardless of if you didn't get the product that you wanted or you didn't like that performance, you should be satisfied with the performance you got. Without the fans and the consumers, the people that are willing to buy the fight, you have no career. Your favorite fighter cannot get paid. So all that support that you're giving your favorite fighter for giving us a dud and then getting mad at us because we are being critical of the performance, that's idiotic. How much support do you think Jermell Charlo is going to get in his next fight for coming in here and putting in a dud? He won't get the level of support you think he will. He gave us a dud. A dud. He took no risk. That's the reason why at the end of the fight, he told Derrick James, hey, man, my bad. No, you should have been telling us you're bad. My bad, fans. I didn't give y'all anything last night. Yo, hey, man, there's certain stuff that push my button, man, and this is one of them. You know, telling me that we don't have a say-so because we don't get in the ring when we're the people that are actually buying the damn fights. Are you crazy? Are you nuts? They sit up saying that AM Sports Media, they're tired of us disrespecting fighters. How is it disrespect to analyze and criticize him based on his performance in the ring? He is a professional, and I'm talking about his performance. I'm not talking about him as a man. I'm not talking about him as a person, an individual, or any of those things. I'm talking about him as a fighter and his performance relative to last night. That's perfectly in bounds. Period. Apex Prowler, appreciate you, man. Salute. Perfectly in bounds to talk about his performance last night. It was putrid. It was pathetic. And I will say it over and over and over again. Say what you will about Errol Spence. Say what you will. Because Errol didn't perform well against Terrence Crawford. And I think we all saw that. Whether you believe he was weight drained, whether you believe it was Terrence Crawford's skills, I'm of the mindset that it's a combination of multiple things. But I fully acknowledge the fact that Terrence Crawford was simply more skillful than Errol Spence that night. But say what you will about Spence, he went out there trying to win the entire time, even if it meant opening himself up to get knocked out. The entire time he was in there trying to win. Spence could have went into a shell too and lasted all 12 rounds. He could have done that. He didn't. He went out there and tried to win. Mel was not there to win. And I think it was evident in the way that he approached the fight with no level of energy, really. All the comments about going back down to 54. Why are you talking about going back down to 50? If you really think you're going to win, what sense would it make for you to go back to 54? Why are you already talking about going back to 54? You will have to defend against Canelo Alvarez. And that will make your second fight at 168. And if you believe that you truly gonna win, you think I'm gonna beat him the first time and I'm gonna beat him again. So there's no reason for me to be talking about 154. Yet he was. So that was an indicator right there. I never felt good about Mel's chances in this fight. The demeanor was off. He's been out of the ring for a while. All these things. But going into the fight, man, give it. I'm not saying you got to go out there, man, put your chin out there to get knocked out. But Jesus, give us more than what you gave us last night. He literally threw punches where he felt like it was going to be challenging for Canelo to counter. And I said all during the fight party last night, he's going to have to punch with Canelo. He's going to have to take a risk in order to win. He's telling us that he's daring to be great. He's not showing us that he's daring to be great. It is what it is, dog. It is what it is. So I have a real issue with people coming in the comment section being critical of us because we're criticizing their favorite fighter. One thing I would say Jason and I have been consistent on, and you guys tell me in the chat if you believe that I am lying here, but in my opinion, we call it like we see it as best we can. I've been critical of Terrence Crawford. I've also given Terrence Crawford praise. I've been critical of Jermell Charlo. Now I've also given Jermell Charlo praise. I've been critical of Errol Spence. We've also given him a lot of praise. Now I will say that anybody that come in the comment section to say that we haven't been as critical relative to Errol Spence as other fighters, I would agree with you. However, Errol doesn't give you a whole lot to be critical of. Not as much as other fighters. I've given Shakur Stevenson praise, criticism. Devin Haney praise, criticism. Tank praise, criticism. Period. That performance, like people talk about Terrence Crawford and whether or not he can beat Canelo Alvarez. I don't think Terrence Crawford can beat Canelo Alvarez. But I tell you one thing, Terrence Crawford was walking out of the arena last night and they asked him, how would you have done in the ring tonight against Canelo Alvarez? And Terrence Crawford said, I'm different. Well, he's right about that. Because I absolutely think Terrence Crawford would have put up a better fight than that last night. Being the smaller guy versus Jermell Charlo. Was it too much respect? I don't know. Was it fear? I don't know. Both of them will set you up for an L. Both of them. We were critical of Caleb Plant when he went in the ring with all that respect for Canelo Alvarez. What are you doing? How the hell you gonna go in there and win when you got that level of respect for a guy? I mean, bruh, let me see what's going on in the comment section, man. Let me see what's going on in the comment section. I was so annoyed by that. That just pissed me off. Ain't disrespecting a fighter. Facts, AJ. Canelo didn't show anything. Facts over feelings. You can't criticize boxers because you're not a boxer, just like you can't criticize your dentist because you're not a dentist. That's the logic of some fans. Facts. And it makes no damn sense whatsoever. You don't have to be a professional in that discipline or whatever you want to call it to actually be critical of someone. Like your dentist. Man, if you went in there for a teeth cleaning and you walk out of there missing all your fronts, that's a problem. And you don't have to be a dentist in order to know that that's an issue. Like, that stuff pisses me off, dog. Always respect Spears. I give Mel credit for going up 2 weight classes. Gotta respect that, though, bro. I respect them for going up 2 weight classes, but at the same time, and if you're just going up 2 weight classes to get a check, bro, come on, man. You got to actually go up 2 weight classes to try to win. That's what we're paying for. We're paying for you to attempt to win. We want to see you attempt to win. Regardless if you're putting your life on the line, I get it. I understand that. And that's why I want to see fighters pay. But at the same time, what your paying consumer is looking for you to move up 2 weight classes and attempt to win. He did not attempt to win last night. I want to see what Tunnel Vision had to say, though. I saw him in the comment section. Let's see. Didn't see what the game plan Charlo was trying to implement last night. He wasn't trying to implement any game plan, the Keggy. He was trying to survive. That was the game plan. Just wanted the bag. He didn't even try. He fought scary. That fight was trash. I love to see what my brother Tunnel Vision has to say, man. Sometimes we agree, sometimes we disagree. But I know Tunnel Vision is definitely a supporter of some of these fighters as well. And he is also being critical of that performance last night. Waste of damn money. I'm not going to say it was a waste of money. I will refrain from saying it was a waste of money because the undercard was actually fairly good. I was impressed with Barrios. I like what I saw from Lubin. So I did enjoy the card, but overall we paid for the main event and that wasn't main event worthy. And I don't have an issue with saying that. And anybody that got a problem with it, oh well. Collect the check, Charlo. Indian God, yeah. The undercard was fire. The undercard was fire. But not worth paying $84.99 for. We paid $84.99 to see Jermell Charlo attempt to become undisputed in 2 weight classes. And he did not do that. Not only did he, I feel like he killed the possibility of an opportunity to face Terrence Crawford at 154 because that fight in my mind is dead in the water. Dead. Put a bullet in it. But he also killed Maul's chances. Here's why. Maul, initially people felt, oh man, it should have been Maul. But then people needed to work their mind around Jermell. So much so that people start making an argument that actually Jermell was the better opponent for Canelo Alvarez. Now that you've made that argument and you've seen that argument across the board from a lot of different people in terms of Mel being the bigger threat to Canelo versus Maul, how can you now promote a Maul fight? That performance messed up the bag for Mel and Maul. And I think Maul knew he was going to lose because Maul said, yeah, both of us going to fight him. Well, if you think both of y'all going to fight him, then obviously you already thought that Mel was going to lose. At least in my mind, that's what I'm making of it. But who knows? Maybe he thought something different. But that was a putrid, and I mean putrid, performance by Mel last night. Hooks that he only threw when Canelo was blocking, and he thought that Canelo wouldn't counter. He didn't set any traps for Canelo to throw to try to counter his shots. Nothing. Okay, you there? I'm going to throw. Okay, you kind of got your guard up. Okay, I'm going to throw right now. Then I'm going to put my guard back up and try to block all your punches. Then I'm going to try to throw into your guard. I'm not going to try to set up anything. You could tell that Canelo was trying to set up and try to open him up to throw shots. And people were being critical of Canelo, talking about he should have walked him down and knocked him out. How? When you got a top level fighter who doesn't want to get knocked out, it's hard to knock him out, dog. Hard to knock him out, dog. I cannot be critical of Canelo Alvarez at all last night whatsoever. Mel was not there to win. Simple as that. Not there to win. And that's a damn shame. And I see people talking about DJ. Oh, DJ is the issue. Oh, DJ didn't put there was no DJ can't put Will. DJ can't put Will in Mel. Derrick James cannot put Will in Jermell Charlo. He cannot. He cannot. All he can do is come up with the game plan. Mel got to go out there and execute the game plan. And if Mel not willing to execute the game plan because he's fearful of getting knocked out or whatever, then there's nothing that he can do. He's simply the trainer. He's simply the trainer. So I don't know, guys. I'm highly disappointed in that last night. Anybody that's upset and saying that that's a waste of money, I can totally understand that. That's a fair assessment. That's a fair critique. And Jermell, man, I still got love for Jermell Charlo. I still respect him as a fighter. But last night, you got to call it what it was, man. You cannot just simply be a fan, man. It's got to be facts over feelings. You can't tell me that we cannot be critical of Jermell Charlo based off that performance last night. Not going there to win. Just being in there to survive. That's not, no, man. Nah. Let me see what else we got in here. Mel was there to secure the bag. Facts. Mel just respected too much and didn't talk like Harrison. Like in Harrison. You saw his dog come out at the end talking about Bud. Nilo did his job. Mel, I'm a survivor, Charlo. D. James told him to press and work. Facts. Exactly. Too much criticism for Coach DJ. Exactly. He can't make him go in there and implement the game plan at all. My boy Jay Will in the building. Mel executed his game plan. He survived. Yeah, that was his game plan. I don't think that was actually DJ's game plan. Benavidez versus Boo Boo winner next. For Canelo Alvarez, I think that's the only fight that makes sense. Terrence Crawford doesn't make business sense. And last night, when asked in regards to Terrence Crawford and the potential to face him, Canelo Alvarez said, hey, if it makes sense, why not? But he's not in the plan. I've been telling you guys this for a while. I don't know why y'all don't want to listen to me. I've been telling you when he signed the contract, Terrence Crawford was never in the plan, and he's still not. And even when he says that it has to make sense, what Canelo Alvarez is telling you is that it got to make money for him. And if it doesn't make money for Canelo Alvarez, because he has a guaranteed purse, guys. There's a certain amount of dollars that Canelo Alvarez is going to earn. And if it doesn't make sense, if it's not hitting that threshold, he's not doing the Terrence Crawford fight, period. And Terrence Crawford is going to have to take, again, if you guys thought 65-35 was bad, wait till he sees what he's offered to face Canelo Alvarez. It won't be pretty. Yeah, exactly, Tony. They all got knocked out. I didn't. That's because you didn't try to win. That's why they got knocked out and you didn't. Because they tried to win and you didn't. It's as simple as that. So I don't know where Mel goes from here. That Terrence Crawford fight, it is dead. Fight's dead. So he can move back down to 154, face Zoo. That's probably in his best interest. I think Terrence Crawford is going to aim for trying to get a Canelo Alvarez fight. I think he's going to be unsuccessful. I think it's in Terrence Crawford's best interest to just take the rematch with Errol Spence. That gives you another fight and another payday. And then you can come out of that fight and see what the landscape looks like at that point. But if he thinks he's about to walk right into a Canelo Alvarez fight and simply do that by being boisterous on Twitter, it's not going to happen. It's not how it works. That's not the fight that he's going to get, guys. And I do think Terrence Crawford puts on a better performance against Canelo. I don't have him beat Canelo Alvarez, but I have him being competitive against Canelo Alvarez for sure. Crawford said he's different. He certainly would have looked different last night. In the story, there's nothing in my mind that would make me believe that Terrence Crawford would have put on that level of performance last night. We got to stop we got to get out of our feelings about these fighters and getting upset when fighters are criticized, talking about people. I hate the term casuals. If that's another way, if you want to rub me the wrong way, use the term casuals in a derogatory way. Because casuals, I would tell you, every single fighter in the sport today would love to have casual fans, because all you hardcore experts who believe you are these hardcore experts, the ones that feel like they are entitled to disrespect others and say that they don't know anything. Let me not call it disrespect, but disrespect others' knowledge, if you will, not necessarily disrespecting them as people, but their knowledge of the sport, because they disagree with you and you call them, oh, you're a casual. We need those casual fans. Those casual fans are the ones that pay for fights, guys. It's not the experts who are driving the sport of boxing. It's the casuals. Terrence Crawford tell you, man, I love those casuals. So will Errol Spence and every other boxer that you have in the sport today. You want casuals. So if somebody call you a casual, wear it with a badge of honor, because they're typically the ones that are burning the midnight oil with those fire sticks, and you are the one that's carrying the sport. Wear it with a badge of honor. What else do I got, man? I had to go on this early morning Sunday rant, bro, because when I saw some of those comments in the comment section, it just pissed me off. And we got 90 people in the building, 21 likes, man. Smash that like button, guys. Smash the like button. I had to get on here and give this rant, man, because I woke up this morning. I didn't get a lot of sleep last night. We did a couple of videos afterwards, and I just so happened to look at the videos, look at my phone, and I said, okay, let me see what some of these comments are. And there were literally comments of people upset with us because of what we said about Jermell Charlo. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. You absolutely have to be kidding me. Not even, I couldn't believe it, dog. I could not believe what they were saying about us being critical of, and I told people, I said, man, some of these guys are not going to like what we say in this follow-up video. They're not going to like it. Because one of the things, and I'll tell you this, and I find this to be interesting. A lot of people feel that we are a PBC channel. You guys are PBC. We are not PBC. I don't care if you're with PBC, Top Rank, or whoever. Now, do I think PBC is the biggest entity in the sport today, and I think they're driving the sport of boxing? I do. Will I be critical of a PBC fighter just like I'm critical of any other fighter? I will. I absolutely will. Because for me, I struggle with, it's always facts over feelings for me. Facts over feelings. Numbers over feelings. I'm a finance professional. Numbers drive my decision. Logic drives my decisions, not my feelings. So again, anybody that's followed this channel, Jason Williams, Marlonia, Santos, all you guys know that we have been supportive of Jermell Charlo. And last night warrants criticism, period. Spence channel, LOL. Yeah, you can call us an Errol Spence channel. That's fine if that's the way you feel. We have been supportive of Errol Spence. We've supported other fighters as well. But the bottom line is we are going to be critical of fighters based off of what we see and feel, period. In the story. That's the way I felt about it. So, Brian S., what's going on with you, man? I don't know. I don't even know how we got you unbanned, man. We couldn't even find how you got banned to begin with. Didn't make any sense to me. Sorry about that, bro. Marlonius had to go to work after the fight. I couldn't defend Mel. He went out like a sucker. It wasn't a good look. Wasn't a good look last night, man. Wasn't a good look. Jason Williams, hey, they did you bad last night, Brian S. I don't know how that happened, bro. I really don't know how that happened. I couldn't find anywhere in the settings where you were blocked. The Keggy, DJ was screaming to Mel to do something. We couldn't hear it because, like, when we're watching it, we got to keep the volume down because it'll pick up. It'll cause some issues. So we couldn't hear what was being said. But he says, my bad. Bro, you know things, and he actually said this. I said it on the live stream, and then later he said it in the press conference. You knew things were not going well by round 2. So why are you telling DJ my bad? Don't say my bad. Execute what it is he's saying. Santos, man, Greg, do your thing. Wait till you give feedback or a critique to Tank. Folks will lose it. Hey, man, I will criticize Tank when criticism is warranted. I absolutely will. Because I struggle with not saying what's on my mind and coding something or saying it in a way. This is where my wife tells me all the time, man, I can get myself. My wife is very good at being saying things in the right way And I don't have enough time to sit up there and think about this thing like that. I'm a very simple guy. I have a very simple brain. I just say what's on my mind. I don't figure out a way to say it in a polite way. I just say it. Now, I don't try to be rude or anything like that. I just say what's on my mind. And so because I struggle with that, I'm not going to just sit up here, man, and just kind of hold my tongue. I can't hold my tongue. I cannot hold my tongue. As a matter of fact, there was a conversation that I had a couple of weeks ago that just made me think like, yo, we got to start really reassessing what we do on this channel, because I can't be beholden to anyone. I want to say, we created this channel because we want to say what we want to say, and we want to do what we want to do, and we want you guys to say what you want to say and do what you want to do, as long as you being, not being disrespectful. That's what the channel is for. And criticizing a fighter for his performance is not disrespectful. And don't sit up here and tell me, oh, you ain't never been in the ring. Actually, you don't know what I've done, which I have not been in the ring professionally. No, but I definitely have been in a ring and done a lot of sparring in my youth. So I do have some inclination when somebody says you never felt, you don't know what it feels like to get punched in the face. Yeah, I do. You don't know what it feels like to get punched in the stomach. Yeah, I do. You don't know what it's like to get dropped. Yeah, I do. All that's happened to me. In a boxing ring, not in a pro ring or anything like that, or an amateur ring. I don't have no amateur record or anything like that, but I did a lot of it when I was younger. I just didn't actually move forward with it because I was a basketball player. It's more so what I did. That was more so my first love. Boxing is a love of mine, but not necessarily something that I wanted to do professionally. AJ, I appreciate you, man. We try to be real here, bro. We try to be real here. Greg Bryan got caught in the middle of spamming by accident. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Yeah, man. We try to be who we are and do what we do on here, man. Sometimes, like I mentioned last night, sometimes things come out, bro, and it's not. Jason and I are very flawed individuals. Very flawed. It takes, and people don't understand, it takes a lot. It takes some guts to come up here, man, and give people your critique at the same time, knowing that you're flawed and people are going to be able to critique what you do. Which I'm fine with you guys critiquing me, because like I've come to the conclusion that I'm flawed. So there's a lot to critique. But at the end of the day, Mel, he's going to have to go back to the drawing board here, guys. He's going to have to. I really don't know where he goes from here. I think Zoo is the most probable opponent. I think the big payday that he was trying to set himself up for, I think that's a wrap. I think he was hoping to get this Canelo fight, get a payday, and then move on and face Terrence Crawford to get another payday. I don't think the Terrence Crawford fight is going to happen now. I think most people, even if Terrence Crawford moves up and faces Jermell, I just don't think there's going to be a lot of interest in that fight anymore. I actually scheduled a poll to drop here in a couple of minutes. I think it's going to drop at 10:45. So you guys get an opportunity to vote on that. But I just don't see there being a whole lot of interest in that fight anymore, to be quite honest with you. Question: do you think Mel lost his real hunger? It's possible. It's possible. Definitely. It's possible. Once you get those silk sheets, man, that big payday could be over for Mel in terms of really wanting to be at the top of the sport. He might just say, hey, it's time to move on. Mel was scared from the jump. I'm from Houston. We ain't riding like that with that performance. Facts. I can't ride with that performance either, bro. That was terrible. All right, that was terrible. And I like Mel. I still like Mel as a fighter. I like Maul. We will continue to support Mel and Maul on this channel. But, man, you got to call a spade, dog. You can't expect me to come in there and be like, yeah, I mean, man, Mel, I mean, he just, in and of himself, moving up 2 weight classes, he should get respect for that. And, he dared to be great just by getting into the ring. And no, that's not what sports is about. The same way if you saw a team get to the NBA final and they lay an egg, you're going to be critical of them. Or they get to the Super Bowl, they lay an egg, get blowed out by 40 points. You're going to be critical. You expect your athletes to show heart no matter what sport they're in. And if you don't want to show heart in the sport of boxing because of how dangerous it is, then get out of the sport. Because that's what people are paying for. People are paying to see warriors put their hearts and their will on the line for glory. That's what we pay for. And when you don't do that, that's an issue. I don't understand how anybody cannot understand that and allow their fandom to be blinded by that. I don't understand it, bro. I don't understand it. It's crazy to me, man. So at the end of the day, cold-blooded parties, Canelo showed nothing. I didn't think Canelo had to show anything, similar to what Terrence Crawford did on the night of July 29th. I didn't think he had to show a whole lot. I didn't think he had to show a lot. Mel didn't give him anything to show. Mel would have made more of a statement going out on the Shield. I agree. And I'm not advocating for him to set himself up to get knocked out, but bro, you got to take more of a risk than that. Mel took no risk. Mel did not punch. I can think of maybe 3 or 4 times where Mel punched with Canelo. Canelo defense is tight, bruh. Even when he throws a shot, his hands get right back up. Like, it's not easy to hit him with something clean. So to hit him with something clean, you will have to punch with him or open him up, set traps such that he punches so that you can try to counter him. Mel didn't do any of that stuff last night. Nothing. I don't know what he was there to do other than just survive. And he did that. He said he was proud of his performance. Why? Why were you proud of your performance? Just because you moved up 2 weight classes? That in and of itself is not daring to be great. Roy moved up 2 weight classes. There's a lot of fighters that have moved up weight classes to dare to be great. Duran moved up several weight classes and dared to be great. It's a lot of fighters that have moved up. They actually went into the ring and tried to win. You have to try to win. And he did not try to win last night whatsoever. Mr. Pragmatic, what's going on with you, brother? Yeah, that was an embarrassing performance last night. Totally agree. SMG Digital, Mel should have made himself smaller and planted his feet. Yeah, maybe. Unknown source. There was a lot of opportunities for Mel to hit Canelo. Probably if he actually punched, he would have had to punch with him. Salute, Pragmatic. Salute. He would have had to have punched with him, dog. He didn't punch with him at all. He made no attempts to win that fight last night. That was putrid, man. Boy, that was putrid. And I went to sleep last night, guys, thinking to myself, okay, that was a poor performance. But it's not like I had to say what was on my mind. But man, when I got up this morning to some of those responses, talking about we don't know what it's like to get in the ring, and it's easy for us to say, sitting behind a microphone. I didn't choose to be a fighter. I chose to sit behind a microphone and talk about fighting. I pay my hard-earned dollars to see individuals like Jermell Charlo dare to be great and go out there and fight to win. That's why he's getting paid. So if he chooses not to do that, then that's fair criticism. And he can also not be upset that moving forward, I choose not to spend my hard-earned dollars on watching him go in there to simply survive. So either I can be critical of him today in hopes that in his next fight, he knows that that is not acceptable and we can continue to support him, or I can simply withdraw my dollars from supporting him. Which one do you choose? Which one would you rather we choose? Because it's going to be one or the other. Either I can be critical of him, let him know that I feel that that was unacceptable and that he understands moving forward that at the end of the day, we are the paying consumers and that we're not going to accept a fight like that, and therefore we can continue to support him. Or we say nothing and we just don't support him with our dollars. We make it clear with our dollars. One or the other is going to happen, or a combination of both, honestly, because I think his big paydays, he's not going to get a large payday by fighting Zoo. And the Crawford, like I said, the Crawford fight dead. Even Crawford said last night the fight dead. Dead in the water. AJ, exactly. I don't know if you're repeating what I said, but yeah, that's exactly right, AJ. He chose to be the fighter. I didn't. You don't know what it's like getting in the ring. It's easy for you to say sitting there at your desk. Yeah, I know, because I chose this career and he chose his. My career pays me what I make, and his career pays him 10, 20, 30, whatever it is, times more than I make. So he's taking a risk to make the level of money he's making. That's the risk he chose. I didn't choose that risk. But in both of our careers, we are subject to criticism. We are subject to, even if you're your own boss, even if you own your own business, you are subject to criticism by your consumer. We are subject to criticism on this channel by everybody that's currently in the chat. You can criticize us and we don't stop you. I've heard a lot of people in the comment section say certain YouTubers, they block you if you come in and you criticize them. Name somebody in the comment section that can tell you that they've seen somebody blocked because they simply criticized us. If somebody got blocked, it was because they were coming in and they were either not adding value to the channel by simply coming in and trolling, or they were calling people slurs, disrespecting people as people instead of arguing their position and arguing against other people's position. Other than that, you won't get blocked. Your stuff won't get deleted. None of that stuff. So at the end of the day, we're all subject to criticism. It is what it is. Get out of your feelings. That performance last night sucked. It sucked. Simple as that. Let's see what else we got in here. I don't want to hear no more lying talk from them. Maul got slapped and Mel ran. Ooh. Damn. AJ, yep, that performance by Mel earned him 2 L's in my book. Mel gonna come over to your job and start criticizing you, Greg. He can. He can criticize me as much as he wants to. And as a matter of fact, everybody in the comment section can criticize me as well. I didn't block any of those comments where people were criticizing me in regards to my critique of Jermell Charlo. You can criticize me as much as you want to, but I'm going to address your criticism. I think your criticism is whack if you believe that what we're saying is an issue. We're a paying consumer. We paid for that fight. Jason and I combined paid probably what, $170, $75 for that fight. Now, don't get it twisted. It is a business expense, so we get to write it off. But still, at the end of the day, we had to pay money for that fight, just like everybody in the comment section had to pay money for that damn fight. That fight was not worth it. And if you're paying money for it and it wasn't what you expected, you have the right to critique it and criticize it, and criticize Jermell Charlo for his performance, period. Let's see what else I got in here. Mel gonna come up. I already read down. What you do isn't easy, Greg. You're scrutinized as well by sports fans. Exactly. We're scrutinized all the time. You got to have thick skin to do this stuff, man. You got to have thick skin to even make yourself, not to say that I don't want to say we're public figures, because it's not like we're popular like that or anything like that. But when you make your opinion public, it's subject to criticism. Anytime you make your opinion, think about this, guys. And this is part of the reason why I behaved in the way that I behaved when Errol Spence lost. When you guys in the comment section, if you just want to turn it off, you just turn it off, right? If somebody criticizes your comments, you just kind of turn it off. You don't come back to the videos. When Spence lost, specifically in the way that he lost, dog, it was like tumbleweeds on YouTube. Channels that supported Spence, you barely saw any of those guys anywhere. You saw us in the comment section that night. We did videos on it that night. You saw us in the comment section of those videos till 4 a.m. We did a live stream earlier that morning, and we did our normal show. Why? Because we made a bunch of statements, and people should have the opportunity to come and criticize us. So we opened the floor for people to take their shots, as long as the shots were respectful. Like, you can't come in there and call us bees and hoes and all that other stuff and tell us to, do things with people's private parts. We're not going to tolerate that. We're men. So we're not going to allow that. But coming in there and saying all kinds of things about how we perform, and being critical, have at it. We were one of the few YouTube channels around during that time. For probably the next 3 or 4 days, we were around and we were taking bullets after bullet after bullet. So yeah, you open yourself up for criticism. Jason Williams, that's why I stayed in this channel. Y'all give y'all thoughts and never blocked us for having different opinions. Never. We would never block you from having a different opinion. We welcome the different opinions. I like to hear different thoughts. Some people agree with us and some people don't. Tunnel Vision agrees with us sometimes and sometimes he don't. Indian Guys agrees with us sometimes and sometimes he don't. The Keggy, NH Tube, everybody, Brian, everybody I can think of has both agreed with us and disagree with us. I don't care if you agree or disagree with us. I don't care. Asing, how do you think Barrios does against Boots? Washed. He looked good against Ugas. He gets washed against Boots. NH2, I knew the twins were soft the minute I saw Jarrett Hurd reached around Jermell, smacked Jermell, and they both stood there and ain't do shit about it. Not surprised he laid down like that last night. AJ watched it at a bar. I just had to buy a drink, but I feel you. Let's see. Yeah, that's what I like too. Fanon blocked me on accident because I didn't disrespect Bud. Hit the like button, only 40 likes. Yeah, man, hit the like buttons, guys. Hit the like button. The bar, okay, let me see. Barrios versus Boots is a slaughter. Brian S., he washes him. Straight wash, dog. Straight wash. Bud can beat Canelo and will. The problem is PBC paid Canelo and Bud for 6 fights. They got 2 down, 4 to go. It would be difficult to form a fight between Bud and Canelo because they are workers for PBC now. I think what's going to make it hard, Smoke Smitty, is that the level of money required in order to make that fight for Canelo, I think is going to be challenging. I think the split is going to be unacceptable to Terrence Crawford, and I think that's why the fight won't get made. Mel's still collecting data. He'll be ready next week. Brian, Canelo doesn't want Bud. I don't think he wants Bud either, honestly. I don't see where there's a whole lot to gain. That's what when Canelo says it has to make, if it makes sense, he's talking about money sense, guys. He's talking about whether or not it makes sense financially. If it doesn't make sense financially, Canelo's not going to be interested in that fight. It's not going to happen. I don't see it happening. Ugas should have fought Boots. Yeah, that's true. You're right about that. Losing to Barrios is not a good look. He's a gatekeeper, not Brian S. He's a gatekeeper. I mean, you got to call it what it is at this point. He's an absolute gatekeeper at this point, unfortunately. And it is what it is. It is what it is. Yeah, man, he let me down too, JT17. We were pulling for Charlo. Anybody that knows us know we were pulling for Charlo, but we picked Canelo because we felt like there was nothing that, to me, Charlo at his best and Canelo at his best, Canelo wins. So now you're talking about all these variables coming into the fight, moving up to weight classes. How does he perform with that incremental weight on him? His punch resistance at the weight, all of those different things, plus Mel's just inability to execute a game plan for 12 rounds. Like Mel's an emotional fighter. I just didn't think he could implement a game plan for 12 rounds. So I always had Canelo winning no matter what. But I thought Mel did have size, skills, things to give Canelo problems. But you got to take a risk in order to give him problems, and he didn't do so. Let me see. I disagree, Greg. I think Canelo wants legacy fights. And if he beats Bud, they'll just say Bud was too small. Yeah, I don't know. Well, okay, I see what you're saying. I see why you say you disagree with me. I don't think Canelo wants legacy fights. I think Canelo wants fights that maximize his earnings and minimize his risk. Now, if it ends up creating a legacy, I think he will. But I think he's going to end up fighting Benavidez. I truly do believe he's going to fight Benavidez. But I don't think Canelo, I don't think Crawford brings the level of money based off the split that Crawford will want. And the fact that the fight won't be that big. Plus, I don't think he gets the level of credit he deserves for. They're just going to say he's too small. So I just don't see him. I just don't see him taking that fight, dog. I don't see it. Canelo wants a payday. They robbed Ramos. Ramos did not get robbed. I had Lubin winning that fight. Let's see. I had it 9 rounds to 3. I didn't have Ramos getting robbed at all. At all. Didn't have him getting robbed at all. Let me see what Mr. Pragmatic said. But honestly, I'm starting to think Bud can beat him. Have I lost my mind? Brian S., I don't think you've lost your mind. I don't think Bud beats him. But I think Bud puts on a better showing because of his style. The thing about it is, how does the incremental weight transition, or how does Bud transition to 168 with the incremental weight is we don't know what that looks like, bro. So that's my challenge with that. I don't know. Mr. Pragmatic, I did not have Lubin losing that fight. I had Lubin winning that fight 9 rounds to 3. Team Gill. Bud, that's my guy. Team Gill, what's going on with you? Bud is pound for pound number 1. Canelo should fight Bud. Canelo will never fight David Benavidez. We'll see. We'll see. The keg I see Bud having no chance against Canelo. I wouldn't say no chance, but I definitely lean Canelo. And that's without question. Like, Canelo's a different animal, bro. He's not as easy to hit clean either. That's a different level of skill, guys. I'm telling you. Don't sleep on Canelo. Mel could have absolutely beat Canelo if he actually came with the intentions of winning. Canelo was there to be hit all night. Mel had too much respect for him, and Canelo has 0 respect for him. That's partially why Canelo may have opened himself up to get hit in NHA tube rather. I don't believe so. Mr. Pragmatic, I had him winning. Go rewatch Mr. Pragmatic. Rewatch the fight and turn the volume off, and see what you get. I had him winning that fight. Ramos was doing well early. Ramos stopped using the jab in the middle rounds for whatever reason. Still, I cannot figure out why he stopped jabbing. He started back jabbing toward the end of the fight, but by then it was too late. He just started walking in behind a high guard, and Lubin was just getting off. I had him losing 9-3. So that would have been 117 to 111, I think. And I think one of the judges had 117, 111. The other two had it 116, 112. 115, 113. And this is the thing that I like about this too. And we were asking people for their cards because there were a lot of people that had it like you guys, 7-5, 115, 113. I like seeing other people, and because, dude, it's subjective. It's all subjective. So I'm always curious to see what other people have to say in regards to the fight. But Steve Farhood having the fight like widely favoring Ramos made no sense to me at all. None. Oh, gotcha, Mr. Pragmatic. Gotcha. I had Ramos winning that fight coming into the fight. I didn't think Lubin was going to be able to keep him off. And honestly, when you look at the fight, anytime Ramos jabbed to get in, he was getting off. Lubin was moving backwards. Lubin wasn't doing anything. He would put Lubin against the ropes, and then he would get off to the body. And he did that the first 2 or 3 rounds. I think I might have had it I think I had Ramos maybe up after 3 rounds. And then he just stopped jabbing. He just started walking in behind a high guard, not jabbing. And then Lubin was just popping that jab and then going down and sticking him to the body, coming back up, sticking him to the body. And then that prevented Lubin from having to go to the ropes as much. And that's where I thought Ramos lost the fight. I didn't know. I was like, man, what is he doing? So that was an interesting fight. I thought he was going to win. I was a little bit surprised by Barrios. That shocked me a little bit. Ugas got beat up in there, man. That stick that Barrios put out there, boy, that stick did some real damage to his eye. Some real damage. So, but those two fights, man, they were good fights. Mel, that was a stinker. But guys, I just wanted to jump on here, man, and give you guys some bonus content, specifically after a big fight like this. Wanted to have my Sunday morning rant. I might start doing this after big fights. You guys know how I love to come on here and rant. But we are definitely going to be live later today, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Jason will be on there as well. I'll give the floor up to Jason for Jason to give his thoughts on the fight, since I've done so much talking, and I know you guys enjoy hearing Jason more than you enjoy hearing me, and I can't blame you sometimes, because I know that I can be an asshole and sometimes very annoying. It is what it is. So guys, make sure you tune in later today if you can, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, to check out everything that we have. We're going to go over a number of different things, including the fight from last night, and then some other topics as well. I definitely want to dive in more a little bit about Terrence Crawford and what he might do next. But yeah, guys, make sure you join us later today, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and join us every Sunday, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, as we break down boxing. That's all I got for this morning, man. Appreciate you guys. Salute and peace.